of this country. India is one of the few countries in the world, and you should feel very privileged to be an Indian, where the working age population is far in excess of those dependent on them. Now this means a lot. There are countries like Japan and many countries in Europe where the ratio of working people to the non-working people who are dependents is really adverse. So we must count ourselves very lucky. According to the World Bank and its studies, this will continue for another 3 decades till 2040. This has increasingly been recognized as a potential source of significant strength of our national economy, provided we are able to equip and continuously upgrade the skills of the population in the working age group. Justice B.P. Singh talked about skills, and very rightly so, because employability and being employed are two different things. The skills that a manager requires today are not simple, but have to be a combination of a wide range of skills. There are soft skills and hard skills. While hard skills are the basic requirements for a manager, the softer skills are those that make for a true achiever. And being an achiever is really what all of us must envision for ourselves, not just go forward as a manager. The ability to present oneself effectively, to build and lead teams, as well as working in one of them, is one of the most important soft skills that creates an effective manager. The art of communication is one soft skill that is very useful to a manager and everybody else to excel in his profession. And I stress that the art of communication is key. It is said that whether a proposal is accepted or rejected depends a lot on how it is communicated and presented. And that's why, my young friends, I'm stressing this point. I believe it is extremely important for you as potential managers to hone your communication skills, not only for dealing with your customers and the people at the workplace, but also with all your colleagues, including seniors and supervisors. In addition to all this, there is also a necessity for a manager to conduct himself or herself in his or her work. Besides, you have to be very diplomatic to deal with some difficult positions and conditions that come your way when you are facing varied situations as a senior manager. Therefore, a successful manager, as I said before, has to be a combination of a large skill side of the ablest navigators. Friends, everything will converge to make you successful if you go about your job successfully. So to navigate in the turbulent and competitive waters of the world economy and take the nation forward, we would need to carry forward all your skills depending on the way you did them to you, the skill development in a large scale by involving all. I'm just drawing your attention to government's strong commitment, though I'm still a part of government in a manner of speaking. The government's commitment for formulating a national policy of skill development 2009 is really key to a strong India. The trust aims to achieve skilling of about 50 crore people by 2022. This national policy particularly focuses on adequate participation of women, disabled persons and disadvantaged groups, including economically backward people and minorities, enhancing their access to training, improving employed and increasing employment opportunities for all. Friends, you are superior managers. You have done two very, very important programs which are really considered to be the top level to gain you as an entry in the very, very formidable club of senior managers in this country and abroad. But there is a need for you to have empathy towards people whom I've just mentioned, so that they too have adequate skills to deal with the sort of employability options that we as a nation must provide to them. Skill building not only takes into account formal education received at schools, colleges and other training institutes, but also non-formal education and skills learnt on the job. The challenge in India is changing the people's attitude towards skill-based education. There is always an urge to move for formal education and not to look at vocational education, which is also a great source of both learning and employment. You're lucky that you have been in the formal education stream, but we have to provide vocational education to millions of unemployed people in the country, and to change the public perception that vocational education is inferior to formal university education. Most parents want their children to pursue formal education, even though some of them could be more suited for vocational education. The challenge in the development of skills of a large number of people is designing an effective delivery system of training outside school and university education system, like mobile training units, extension schemes, in-plant training to rural, poor and women, and most importantly, training of trainers. And that's why I want to bring your attention to this very, very important responsibility of ours. The quality of education and training, even in the existing formal sector, has some weaknesses. Many studies have indicated that the employability level of Indian graduates is not high. Many of them say that the employability of engineering graduates are much below par to those in many other countries. Therefore, the gaps in the standardization and quality issues and inadequacies in the delivery system on one hand, and a negative attitude towards education on the other hand, is a roadblock, and we must, as people interested in the development of India, move to plug the holes in this direction. Justice Singh spoke about the responsibility of the ITPO. I'll take the first one, that is where we worked. This last India International Trade Fair, we adopted Skilling India as the theme for our flagship event. And we felt that the theme is as much of a social concern as a concern for economic development. We tried to focus on the issues and challenges in development of skills, as well as the participation of the industry. And here I would like to convey my thanks to the many industry captains who are here in this very, very distinguished function in developing skill building through a common vision along with us. We brought industry, academic and research institutions, consultants, central and state government departments and bodies in one platform to project Skilling India as a need of the hour. This received wide acclaim by the public as well as thinking individuals like you. In the end, I would remind all the graduating students that your learning does not end with graduation, because learning is a continuous process. You should constantly strive to acquire new skills while earning, because it is the new skills that will keep your employability high in a constantly changing world and your workplace. In addition, empathy and feeling, both for national development and for your fellow brethren, has got to be the hallmark of your endeavors throughout your life. Justice Singh has made a formal request to me and has placed a responsibility on me to have many of your young colleagues who are still in the learning stream to be a part of what the India Trade Promotion Organization and our responsibility to promoting trade and business in the country, to involve you in it. I am very happy to say, Dr. Singh, that consequent to your request, I'm sure I would be able to work out with your management a scheme for inducting interns in our institution, so that whether it is management, finance, the legal processes that happen, or in common conservancy, which is a very important thing, or the engineering function, which is very important to exhibit, mount expositions, take them overseas and have a database, your students could be a part and parcel of it. Once again, I thank you for having remembered me to be here today. I also want to congratulate you, a huge congratulations to you for entering into the workplace that is India at this most exciting time, of history, and I hope you'll do your best to do your institution proud and your alma mater, as well as your mentoring academia friends who have made it possible for you to grow into the well-rounded personality that you are no doubt today. Thank you very much.